Hello and welcome back to round 3 coverage of the 2023 Portland Open presented by Latitude 64. We are over on the Glendoveer East side. You're watching the Disc Golf Pro Tour on JomezPro with Nate Sexton, Jeremy Koling, and Paul Ulibarri.
Stop 7 of 15. We are halfway through the season. Seems like it's just started. It's halfway through.
It is June after all.
We're 9 holes past halfway through this event. A little bit of a slow start for this first card, for this lead card through 6 holes, but then 7 through 9 got a little bit better for them. Nice eagle for Aaron Gossage to get back up there at 17 under. But the field is right there looming behind. Any mistakes seem to drop you 5 to 6 places at this point.
I would say from this point forward, these next few holes, I think you're going to want to be 3 to 4 down on the next 5 or so. If you're going to be somebody who's kind of pushing into that tournament winning
opportunities.
These ones are all pretty gettable. Starting with 10, par 4, 710 feet. A little bit of trouble to start, 1 mandatory, but manageable distance compared to what we're used to on that par 4 scale. You know, you're not seeing 890. This is flat ground 710. Good drive, and you are for sure on the dance floor ready to go for that birdie.
I feel like the tricky part about this one is
big tee shot, Corey.
Big old tee shot. But if you hit one of those guardian trees coming out, you're still going to probably go for the pin, and that's when you find the OB. And then once you find the OB, that's when you take the bogey. So this tee shot is crucial.
Gossage going turnover. I didn't know what he's got so many different options. The hyzer forehand gets him into play.
Yeah.
The roller gets him so far up there that he could just jump putt. But he goes backhand turnover and throws a good one, so he's going to be in position.
Never been more in the center of a gap. Perfect shot.
And that's saying a lot for a guy who hits a lot of center gaps.
Yeah, that was to the millimeters, centered up.
Calvin, nice long par save on hole 9. We're hoping that gets him fired up. It's been a slow start, even par through the first 9.
All those are just great drives. No trouble at all off the tee.
This sets up a wide hyzer approach for Issac.
Oh, catches a little, and does that slow him down? The golf green is there. Okay, he's nice and wide. Nice and wide.
That guardian really gets those people on the right. You come in with the hyzer. I haven't seen anybody get really past it.
You want to go right in front of it, but it is scary because the golf green is in your head a little bit.
Does this have the momentum to climb the hill?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's not great.
It's close to great.
It's close to great?
I think so.
Okay.
We'll see, but I think that's really close.
I guess I just, taking into account the way that he has been a little shaky on the putting.
Sure.
He needs a couple park jobs to maybe really get back into the, hey, I'm Calvin Heimburg.
Yep. Yeah, that's a pretty good drive.
And he's going backhand approach.
There's that kind of early release.
That's not great.
Yeah, it might be on the edge of the hill. It could still be circle 1.
I think at best it's his shaky spot.
Yes.
This is going to roll. This only knows how to roll.
Way.
You do not hit the band on this hole and not roll away. It just does not happen.
That's tough. Straight out of bounds.
Right after seeing that, what does Aaron do? He hearts it.
Great putt.
And there's the fist bump.
Second one. He got 2 in on that one.
Yeah, he fist pumped the other fist pump.
Yep.
That was a good fist pump. Fist pump.
That's a beautiful save right there for the bogey. You never want to have that putt for bogey.
Oh my gosh, no. Okay, I can go ahead and say great approach now, seeing where Calvin is, seeing where Corey is. Good birdie for Corey. That's a turkey now.
Job's not finished, though. I want to make sure to see this go in the middle. A little wobbly.
A little shaky.
But it's in there. It's a good birdie.
I agree, though. I think that as a player and as a commentator, I see the way that somebody makes a putt on a short putt like that. You can tell a lot about where they're at.
He's feeling good. That thing came out with some heat on the stripe. And the goose, too. Fist pumped his fist pump, even.
Gossage with that bogey, that drops him down. Like I said, just one mistake and you can fall off that leaderboard quick.
This is one of the coolest holes.
Yeah.
I mean, this hole is just so fun. It's a par 5. It's 1145. Tight gap. You have so many options off the tee. You just need to get into position so you can have an angle to throw down, I think is the key on this one. If you have that angle to throw down, you can cut off a lot of distance. If you're back a bit, tough to get into position. And then no matter really where you are in your third shot, as long as you're not out of bounds, you have some sort of way to get into the green. So it doesn't really cut you off from just a fun hole, I think.
I agree.
Corey, good advance off the tee.
Caught some trees. He's out on that right side.
Yeah, I just making the initial gap and getting over 300 feet is usually job well done. Aaron going the super wide hyzer route. Can't quite see with the exposure there in the background, but that is Mount St. Helens in the backdrop, and it is gorgeous.
Terry Miller approved.
Calvin, low, driven, a little bit of turn, big skip into the fairway. Ideal. Yeah, that's a chef's kiss drive there for Calvin. He's going to have an opportunity to get way down the hill on his second.
Just so many different gaps.
Yeah.
And none of them like obvious or easy. Like it's enough to stress you out no matter which one you choose.
This one does need to keep turning. It is.
You may remember a Garrett Girthy replay on this hole where he got that Green Destroyer or Emperor. I can't remember which disc it was, but he got that thing turning and moving down the hill from a similar position on Corey's second shot, and it just was every bit of 750.
This is coming out a little early,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You think you want that to turn the whole time, don't you?
There is OB over there. I don't think he's anywhere near it.
He might have, I don't really know what it looks like from that far left, but he might have a straight look down the hill towards the pin. Either way, there's going to be trees in play.
That's what I think he's going to have that straight look as well. This just pick a side, will ya?
And Calvin, the wide route is the way to get all the way down the hill, but he's actually going for the tight straight route. To potentially get an eagle look.
So that goose went so far with that wide hyzer that late mandatory became a problem for him. And he just hit that tree, careened way over here left side.
Didn't know there was a mandatory over there.
It's way deep. I mean, it just stopping you from going into the next hole, like with 2 wide hyzers in a row.
Did really well to kind of get, what is that, circle
That's
3?
75 feet.
Something like that,
Yeah.
but still. Calvin, just a pretty simple shot left here. Speed control kind of play. Going to go with a little forehand Toro. Try to check it. Looks good. Looks great.
Decent ground play. 25 feet left. Yeah, and it was a pretty open, straight shot down the hill.
This is early.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That'll
Guardians.
frustrate you. That will frustrate you. He's going to have 40 feet.
Gossage going to miss the birdie here. This is one he'd like to be getting with his power and his driving ability. It's going to feel like a missed shot to take a par. The birdie streak will come to an end here for Corey.
That's frustrating. That was a very manageable approach that he just tried to get too cute on.
Wow.
You don't see that often from Isaac as well. I think that that alert might be sounding
Yeah,
again.
I was just thinking the same thing there, Paul.
It's not a start alarm anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's a mid-round lull.
Yeah.
And Isaac really needed that one after the missed putt roll away OB bogey back on 10.
Calvin's like, listen, guys, I haven't played this bad in 3 years.
Take advantage of it.
Please, will you guys birdie?
I am a little shocked to not see like an Anthony Abrella name for the 3. I'm not, maybe not shocked. It's a very, very good get at 11:45. But as far downhill as that second shot is, it really just takes a good tee shot and a power player to get a hold of one to get all the way down there in 2.
I mean, I was walking up the hill. I saw Anthony about ready to throw the approach down the hill, and he squared up one moving.
Yeah.
So it wasn't for a lack of effort, I'll tell you that. Hole 12, par 3, 370, sidearm hyzer, dead straight, backhand, low ceiling, a lot of rollers as well. What did you guys do? I'm guessing that sidearm play.
Yep, that's the one.
Sidearm up the middles, first 2 of the round.
Nice.
It was looking like it was about to be a 2 free round for for the tall guy.
There's more 2s after this hole.
Lots more.
Depending on how you're playing, Nate. Corey going to be laying down the roller. I like a lot about this. If it can get flippy.
Yeah, there it
it's
goes.
getting flippy.
Skirting the back edge of the circle.
Yeah.
Coming home about 25 feet. Great shot.
Weird to see Aaron not go sidearm. Is that just me? Or?
Jeez.
It's not just you. I mean,
Yeah.
his backhand is just really good. But I agree with you. I kind of think low ceiling. I mean, just power the blue bomber, right? Skip ace the thing.
Yeah.
And pushing the height to the limit. My goodness. I think he even thought that was a little too high. But just hitting the lowest couple of leaves, ending up right at the edge of the circle.
Yeah, he dinked off the tree, hit the whisker. That was kind of cool looking.
That is a sentence that's never been said before, I don't think.
Yeah.
Man.
Listen.
Not much else to say, you know?
It's tough from there. Like, nobody's going to make those every time. It's just weird when you see him not drawing the medal. And
Yes.
It's the lead card. And usually,
Yeah, good delivery.
that's a great putt. We're probably seeing Calvin on the lead card, which means he's putting well in the event.
Yeah.
There are other tournaments where he doesn't make the lead card. It's not often, but I'm guessing we're seeing this same thing that we're watching now.
Yes.
It's a rarity,
Yeah, right.
but it's not something that, oh my gosh, he's never done this.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
for sure.
Everybody does it. It just so happens that
It's on video this
it's
time.
on video this time, exactly.
It's like kind of refreshing to see in a way, though. You know, when we see the supernaturally talented players, you know, show the human side, it's relatable, and it also reminds us that they're human and they aren't perfect.
And the other side of it is you can't discount the fact that it still says T3 next to his name.
Exactly.
Like, sure, you know, there's
Oh, T4 now.
yeah, sure,
Falling
sure.
down the
But,
leaderboard.
like, there's been mistakes, but the guy is still right there.
Latitude 64 boys down here. Just finished checking out the topography of your map, and everything is A-OK.
Hey, Jonathan, catch. Huh?
Jonathan, we're getting an anomalous critical failure on your suit. Could you please confirm status?
Sorry, man.
Hole 13, par 3, 455. Wide open till the very end here. You'd like to throw that big backhand, turn it to the right, and challenge the trees, I think, as late as possible, trying to swing it back left. That way, if you do hit the first available tree for your line, you're still circle 2. If you can skip through there, certainly a parkable hole, especially for these guys.
Corey's got this one moving out in the right direction. Does it have enough stall and hyzer? It's going to be...
This has got
think
too much
so.
distance. It's too far.
I like the height though.
What the heck? Why did you throw it 530 feet?
Way too far. That is crushed.
Height was good though.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. This is looking better.
Yeah.
This is looking really good,
Just
actually.
find a way home.
Oh, that last Guardian, man. That is asking so much to do all of the things that he did and then also miss that last one. But that's how you get to Park City, Utah.
I would say a little wanting on the flip, but it is kind of taking its time out there.
Yeah, that was kind of in the category of rolling the dice. Kind of like Isaac's.
He's going right at it. I don't think he's trying to flex that one.
Well, actually, that went through that outer widest gap and deep C2 or, about mid C2, actually.
Sometimes I wish we could watch the whole flight from the tee.
Outside C2 long. We don't talk enough about how much power Corey has.
Well, I feel like at this stage and where the game is, it's just almost everybody has that, you know?
Well, if you're on the lead card at this event, you have the power. I mean, it's just that West course is just too long. That being said, we didn't mention this yet. The East course is actually longer in terms of overall distance, just not as far as
Get there, just low. But the real thing that you need to do to figure out how long a course is, you take the footage and you divide by par. And that's going to give you the effective length.
Calvin Heimburg.
Yeah, that hurts. The average distance each throw would have to be. That tells you how long a course plays, aside from hills. Obviously, hills have an impact there as well. But that's where that falls down, because this course, I think, is 3 or 4 more strokes in par than the other one.
Right.
So while
it's only a couple hundred feet longer, but that makes sense.
But the average throw length is more punishing over on the other side.
So a whole bunch of nothing there and extra nothing for Calvin. A couple of misses there, both for the birdie and for the par. And that's going to drop him from T4 to T8.
And I think for the first time we see a 2-shot lead for him. So he has been able to separate just that little bit.
Out there doing the thing today. Shooting the round that we expected somebody from our lead card to shoot. Nobody from this card is going to be touching double digits, but how well can they stay in the mix with the final 5 holes remaining?
This one is tough. You need a huge drive to even dream about birdie. And then again, there is some element of kind of good fortune at the green. You got to throw a nice shot, try to hyzer it in there, but there's some solid blocker trees. This looks crushed. If this stables up,
It's
just
got to
a bit,
stable up, and
there
it has.
There it goes.
So good.
He's gonna have mid-range in there. Jeez, calm it down. Hey, have we ever talked about how far this dude
We don't. I
throws?
feel like we're not talking about it enough.
Not enough. That's gonna be a long walk before he gets that second shot. Isaac, this is a safer but also equally impressive shot.
That's the perfect shot. You want your disc landing
Yes.
flat. You don't want any of that. Well, look at where his is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wowza.
And if you've got the power to do this, this is great. It makes easy to hit the gap for Aaron. And I mean, goodness gracious, man. Is this going to be in the same picture as those other? Yeah, kind of.
Look at the roll.
That's just a stupid amount of power for the forehand.
That's crazy.
Because he's going to be kind of stock hyzer backhand in.
He's not that far from Corey's, and Corey's was a missile, 1,000,000 feet high with perfect turnover. That's incredible.
This thing says actually get down.
Yeah, there's OB back here, and there it is.
Gosh, not only is he OB, he's actually deep in the wood. Almost feels like a double penalty in a way to be in the woods and out of bounds.
At least it's just, it's just tree trunks. He's not in the rough. He gets to pull it back out of there, but it is not an ideal spot to be.
Aaron's hyzer. This is kind of similar to the last hole. The trees are just closer to the basket. You just kind of find a gap and hopefully you pick it.
Everybody going a bit long here.
There's OB back there, but he is safe. So this is a little constrained shot.
Really good looking shot.
Slow
Calvin.
down, actually.
Oh,
my goodness.
man.
So he has that actually just
Wow.
for a bogey.
Yep.
That's pretty impressive.
Second hardest hole on the course, 4.2 average. I'm surprised in some ways it's not playing harder.
Yeah, I feel like if I had 2 OBs on this hole,
Jeez,
double digits
Corey.
is coming into play.
That was perfect from Corey. Found the biggest gap on the backside.
Double digits on this hole.
If he's giving himself 2 OBs, he's saying.
Yeah.
Corey's going to be parked.
This is kind of a long putt to save it. And no, it's going to be a double for Heimburg.
And go ahead and kiss the leaderboard goodbye for Calvin.
Oh, there we go.
That,
Is that our first long putt?
I
Calvin had one.
Yeah, Calvin did hit a nice par
And
putt
then this
earlier.
one.
That's the first long putt we've seen.
Oh, didn't want to stay.
Hello. But yeah, I think it's the first slow-mez for birdie we've seen. That's incredible. I mean, Gossage is making all sorts of jump putts to get to this card. And that one's off left. But Corey, known for the long putting. Calvin's been putting out of his mind this year.
And Goose with a goose egg there. Gets nothing for that.
And Corey, fortunately, does not have to make a long one. He's been playing pretty well. Tied with Gossage at 18 under. What a bonus birdie to get. 14 is so tough. Still trailing Adam Hammis through 17, 9 under. One chance left for him to get to that 18 under or that 10 under mark for the round.
Hole 15, par 3, 335. Forehand flex, I think, is the strongest option here with the overstable fairway driver. Straight backhand also in play. OB on the left side.
And it plays a little farther. It is uphill slightly.
Corey.
Hard to say how difficult that'll be over
No
there.
kidding.
That might be a problem. That's the same area. Not going to be out of bounds or anything, but it's going to be an area no one's really ever gone over and looked at much before. I mean, tough to say how many trees are going to be.
This is surprising to see.
Really?
Aaron going just straight back.
That says a lot about where he's at mentally and also with the backhand versus forehand. I mean, I think a year or two ago, no chance we don't see him flexing something overstable to that left side gap.
I'm pretty surprised. I think this is by far the biggest gap.
Agreed.
And Calvin's showing the forehand abilities there. That's just outside bullseye.
I think one of the things is it could be a distance issue as well. Like Aaron has
Too much power for his
too
own
much
good.
power, so he's going to need to throw like a zone over there, but
Yeah.
zones don't have the giddy up to make that turn at the end.
Yeah. It would have to be some kind of slow fairway for him, you would think. But yeah, it could be that he's going long, or he doesn't have something with enough hook, and he's finding that
that's what I'm
OB
thinking.
sometimes, overpowering it a bit. And this is honestly great. So
Outside the circle.
it was a good drive, though. I mean,
There has been a wall over the basket from outside C1 today.
yeah, this has been a strangely slow putting performance across the board, really.
But like you said, I mean, Aaron, T2, Corey, T2, like they're still right there in the mix. Obviously, Gossage and Ellis not going to be tied. Oh, no, they are still tied because that was a par putt for Corey. Look at that par streak for Gossage here. I mean,
The one thing is for sure, because of the slow performance, they're going to let the tournament back into this thing, and they have.
Right.
And so it's still going to be stressful, and they're bringing like, how many people would they just have by 4 shots right now if they were just making a couple here and there for the last couple rounds? I think that's a big storyline here, because once you have 10 people now within 2 strokes, it becomes a lot more difficult, a lot more pressure heading into Sunday.
And Corey's doing what he needs to be doing. He's getting the birdies. He's, not really in any danger of bogeying, and that's key out here.
Note that fire emoji for Hamas in at 21. Got to 10 under.
Got 18.
Three
All right.
shots clear. So it's going to be tough to track him. I mean, it's going to take 3 in a row just to track him down, just to be back into a tie.
Yeah.
Finally, somebody shoots what Nate shot in our practice round.
A little more pressure on these guys. I was playing with a couple Schulers that day.
You jerk.
He ain't
But you're not wrong.
He ain't lying.
Calvin going up the middle, just missing the ceiling by a bit, causing it to go nose up. That's going to be well short. Looks like Corey might be lining up that outside wide hyzer.
Tight.
Yeah, a little too tight, I would imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Need to get that one flat and low and let the disc kind of get that late skip and carry.
This is a definite, if you have the power forehand, that left, it's a little bit wider and a higher ceiling, I think, that left gap.
Oh, what a beautiful turn. Isaac's going to be out there mid C2. It's going to be interesting to see what Aaron decides. He's got so many different options.
I actually like the power backhand for him.
Yeah, the low backhand has been a good play for him lately.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
he
this
hits
is.
it
I
so
love
nice.
that. That is exactly what you're looking for. Does he get the result?
I think he's deep. And the only reason I say that is because I played with Presnell, and he hit one that looked similar, and I'm like, that's perfect. It's got to be parked. And he was way deep.
Oh, wow.
It's almost downhill at the end. So you're throwing a 400-foot shot low, and then that's penetrating down the hill, and it goes farther than you think, I think.
Good approach for Corey.
All speculation, guys.
Oh, Calvin with a nice effort. He's still laughing, Nate.
Don't laugh at this.
Isaac, no way.
Oh, man. Give us one.
It's not a spit out, but I do want to see the Jomez graphic to watch that replay of the scoop out. Not going to get it, though. So close for Isaac.
Nice.
Goose gets one.
Strike from the Goose. 19 under.
Breaking that drought. Good one to get. And after the missed tee shot, Corey, good par save. Same to Calvin. And a slightly frustrating par for Isaac, but mid C2, man, just has not been the range for this card today. When he makes them, I love the way he makes them. Just so heavy, hyzer, usually center.
Hey everyone, I wanted to let you know that JomezPro and the Disc Golf Pro Tour are commemorating our new partnership with our biggest Patreon giveaway ever. We're flying you and a friend out for a full week of fun at the 2023 Disc Golf World Championships. This giveaway includes 2 round-trip flights to Vermont, a full week stay at Smuggler's Knots Resort, and 2 World's Gold Passes. And these Gold Passes are really special. They give you the full VIP treatment. You get the opportunity to play on the Pro Worlds courses, a player meet and greet, exclusive merchandise, and more. The winner will be announced on June 9th. So what you need to do is go to jomezpro.com/VIPworlds. There you'll find all the details and information on how to enter. Good luck to you all, and let's get back to the video.
What a giveaway.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck. Seriously. So cool.
Oh man, this is a doozy. Par 4, 830. That's always a long par 4 at 830. Guardian trees everywhere. You do have out-of-bound bunkers on the left that do come into play, especially for people that throw it this far. There is a mandatory that goes right. You have to make sure you go right. And then there's a mandatory makes you go left, but it's not really in play over there.
Gossage, laying down the roller. This is looking real tasty. It doesn't, I mean, like, okay, great shot. Now you've got 360 and pick your poison gap.
Nah, just guess.
I mean, it's essentially the same thing.
Yeah. I do think the farther left you are, the better chance you have, only because there is a route that's about 12 foot wide where there's no, if you hit that gap, there's no trees coming home. But if you decide to go left to right, lots of trees.
Calvin getting through the tree line. Nice shot. Corey going way right. Does this miss everything? Okay. So much height.
Gonna fade.
He needs to make sure that he gets past that mandatory tree.
Okay, yeah.
And he does.
Makes it, but that's going to be all of 430 feet in.
You think that far?
No, not 430, but in the 400 range.
Here's that right gap. He should be clear.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a shot. I mean,
That's crazy good.
yeah, that's so good. Low screamer. Can it miss everything and get the big skip? Oh boy, it can.
Nice.
Really good.
Another thing that makes this gap so hard is that it's just so dark with the coverage. It's difficult to pick up the gap that you're going to try to hit with your eyeballs when you're there. Look at this wide hyzer. Looks like that big turnover play was intentional for Corey.
There's OB.
Wow, that was
Front row
close.
seat for those guys.
Yeah, but you see how big that gap is over there? You
Sure.
can throw something very overstable. I mean, there's the circle's edge little flag right in front of him. Feather.
Little whisker.
Little feather flag whisk.
Gossage
Swing
missing
in,
the height.
Swing in. Oh, and it does eventually get blown up.
Right idea.
Can he find something special from deep?
Yeah, looks like he's getting aggressive.
Oh my.
Wow.
The whole battle, the whole
The force
basket
field.
rattled.
The force field.
Just let them in. what do they have to do? Make an offering or something? What's going on right now? This is technically a C2 putt, right? Or no, with his meter, it's not. So that's why it went in.
Beautiful.
Well played hole for Corey to play that turnover, get through the gap, play the hyzer, hit the gap perfectly, get a little bit of luck on that ground play to jump back inbounds, take
Push.
advantage of your opportunity, make your putt.
Push to 19 under.
2 back of our leader. And I mean, remember, through 3 holes, Corey Ellis, 3 over par, battling back.
Yep.
He's showed a lot of grit this tournament. He
right
has
about
not
that.
allowed these mistakes to multiply, and he's right back in it.
He did that the second round or the first round too. He started
No,
off
second round.
Second round, yeah.
First round, he didn't really have too many mistakes.
Oh, double bogey first hole, bam.
Corey and Gossage 2 back. And they are 2 shots over Ezra, Proctor, a whole bunch of others.
18th, very gettable as well. So I
Yes.
think they have great opportunity here to get to 20. 1,000 feet, but nice room on the left. Backhand out this gap, land about here. You've got less than 600 to go and a lot of room to work with. Big forehand for the second is a great option. Can push you up into that like 250 maybe into the pin. Keep it short so that really tight little green is not quite as intimidating. See if all these guys can get the big drive out of this gap and over the water. That's pretty right, but he's got so much power. I'm not very worried at all.
Nothing to be concerned about here.
Whoa.
Yo.
Gotta worry about those trees.
It's time that we start talking about Corey Ellis's
Somebody
power.
needs to say something. I'm getting sick of it. That was slammed.
That was really, really good.
It's like 450 to clear, and he just cleared by 100. There's like a normal.
Yeah, that's a normal, really good drive.
Yeah, normal, amazing shot. 460.
I mean, through the gap, right? It's a pretty generous gap, I suppose, but it's still a gap nonetheless.
A little lower, but again, so much power. You don't expect him to have any problems, and he doesn't.
Fantastic. Don't think that's within forehand range to try to play for the pin, but I mean,
no way. But does he do? I don't even think you need to.
No.
Why would he want to? You know, birdie's fine. Live to fight another day.
Oh, Calvin.
Tomorrow's the day where that might be an option. But
Yeah.
today,
Yeah.
you just pitch it to the bottom of the hill, pitch it up, get your birdie, make the lead card.
Agreed.
Today is not that day. Oh, Calvin. Okay. Wow, that kind of lifted, it seemed, a bit as it turned.
See, look how easy that is.
Yeah.
Chip it to the bottom, 200 maybe up there.
Isaac not doing anything too crazy, but maybe a little too inside. Gets through everything.
Yeah, no
He
problem.
really has such a good hold on that height control. He is going forehand and he is going power.
He'll be.
It's not a play for the green, is it?
I mean,
Kinda,
it
kinda.
kind of is.
That's crazy.
That's huge.
It's a low ceiling and uphill putt from there.
Huge.
Might be able to just lay up. I don't know if he's going to get too aggressive. His putt doesn't really like the high ceiling stuff. Look at this play from Corey.
Wow. God, I've been quiet long enough. Corey Ellis bombs. Corey Ellis crushes. I'm not going to. You guys can't.
Let the
You're not going
world
to muzzle
hear ya.
me any longer.
Let the world hear it.
Fire
mate.
me if you have to, but Corey Ellis rips.
I like his opportunity to go for the putt because he's got that spinny nose up angle control. That he might be able to give it a good bid. But we'll see. Maybe Aaron does go after it.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. Dancing around the stake, circling to stay in bounds. He catches any part of that.
Yeah.
That stays OB. And Corey is not interested.
If that touched that stake, it's done.
Well, and Corey's going to be one back the leader now with that layup birdie. Gossage wanted it. Yeah.
Oh, that is dangerous.
Well, I got to give a quick shout out while we're looking at these guys finish up their rounds to the 4 players who picked up the eagle.
Wow.
Anthony Brella, no surprise. Alden Harris, Jake Brown, and Gavin Babcock, who had the eaglet to make the cut by 1.
Wow.
Alden Harris, is it time that we start talking about how he bombs?
Yes.
He birdied a hole 8, I believe, yesterday.
Yeah.
The 632-foot par 3. And he eagles this hole to finish the round. Alden Harris bombs.
Yes.
He booms it.
So a star frame for our card on the second easiest hole of the course. Champion will be crowned on this hole tomorrow, barring a playoff. Corey Ellis, look at that battle back. Once he got things going, just 4 pars on the back 9. Solid performance. They are going to be trailing Adam Hammis, Aaron Gossage, and Corey 1 back. And James Proctor, surprise, surprise, making his way back up to lead card. 7 under performance. He is at 18 under. He's only 3 back. Tied with a couple players on our chase card at 3 back as well.
Letting that thing scroll. Just letting that thing scroll.
Paul Ulibarri, look at that.
Yeah.
T17.
Solid. One more.
A little 19 under with an eagle on 18. We got a chance tomorrow,
You
boys.
absolutely do. You absolutely do.
19 under. What are you at right now?
You'll never see it coming.
Yeah, they certainly won't. Well, that's 3 rounds in the books.
Yeah, thanks so much to the Founders Club. As always, we're going to be back for final round sooner than you think. This is going to be great.
Elite Series Plus event number 1 coming to a close tomorrow.